So let's talk about what is retirement income on a real detailed and basic level.
Yeah, think about all the different ways that you can receive income, all the different ways that you can get paid so you can enjoy your lifestyle when your employer is no longer paying you. And it will be unique to you. It may not be the same as what your siblings had, may not be the same as what your parents had or your coworkers had. Just so take an inventory of what those different income sources could look like. Do you have access to a pension? Almost everybody has access to Social Security. Now it's trying to determine of all the different options you have, what is going to be the optimal decision for you when it comes to Social Security. And if you save for retirement, you might have an IRA, you might have an employer-sponsored plan that you've been contributing to, and maybe your employer was contributing to. You might have some non-retirement accounts like brokerage accounts with just some stocks or mutual funds or exchange-traded funds. All of those different sources can provide income in retirement. And now it's about how do you receive the income, how much can you receive and still have confidence of not running out of income down the road from those different sources. And that is where the complexity comes into play.
And what it is a detailed plan that's written out, and it's a monthly plan, but it also has to account for a couple of things. I'm thinking inflation and retirement taxes.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that that is all included. So we know what we're spending today to live a certain lifestyle. We anticipate that's going to continue to go up over time with inflation, and we want to make sure that we're prepared for that. And that's one thing that I find when families haven't had that long-term comprehensive plan where they can see what that looks like over time. They know inflation is concerning. They know they need to be accounting for it. And if the conversations they've had with a financial professional haven't had that as part of the conversation, then they ultimately start to have some of that, well, I don't know that we're on the same page here, or I'm not sure that the lines of communication are actually delivering me confidence in my retirement income plan the way that it needs to be. And so we want to account for that. How does that change over time? And families are often surprised about how big of an impact that can have. Then another thing, it kind of go back to that conversation sometimes families have is, I don't know if I've saved enough. Well, part of that is make sure we've saved in the right buckets and we have an understanding what the tax implications can be over time. Any of those dollars that are saved in those pre-tax accounts are subject to tax rate hike increases. And that can ultimately reduce how much you can actually take home and be able to spend. That's where you need to have that proactive retirement tax plan.